districts in the Highlands and an area which also boasts a great shinty playing tradition. But the club which represents these beautiful straths and braes have had a checkered history, as up and down some would say as some of the surrounding hills. For although Glenurquhart have lifted national trophies at school and junior level, they've never won the Senior Scottish Shinty Championship in their 103-year history. But here at their home base in Drumnadrochit, better times could be just around the corner. Team manager Don Cummings been in charge for just a year, and his message to the final squad is clear.
The main thing is that they go out and enjoy themselves. That is the first priority as far as I'm concerned.
Who's going to win?
Well, there's no doubt in our minds as to who's going to win, and that's us. Well, it'll be a hard game. We know Kingussie's record, but they don't impress us that much. We had a hard game with them on this field in the middle of the season, and only a missed penalty saved us a draw with them. So we're not frightened if they're 10-0 or they're 12-0. We'll be there, and we'll be fighting for the whole of the Glen as well as for ourselves.
And it seems the whole of the Glen will be at Inverness. The final's got everyone talking, from the young to those who've waited a long time for such a day.
If it's, as I hope it will be, it'll just be a good sporting game and let the better team win.
It must have been pretty good if they've got into the Camanachd, and hopefully they'll win on the day.
What about your pal here, just beside you? How do you think Glenurquhart's going to do?
It'll be a hard game, but hopefully they'll win. I would like the Glen to win, but I think Kingussie will win.
A win for the Glen tomorrow is the stuff of fairy tales. But if they achieve the impossible, another chapter will be written into the district's illustrious shinty past. 100 years ago, Glenurquhart beat their arch-rivals and near neighbours Strathglass in a classic game of its kind at the Bught Park in Inverness. That victory, in fact, set off unprecedented celebrations in the district. Down behind me, a local banker fired a cannon, and in the hillsides all around at strategic points, bonfires were lit. Tomorrow, though, few people are betting on those fires being rekindled. Kingussie have scaled new heights this season. They've already lifted 4 major trophies. Adding the Camanachd Cup to the sideboard would make it a clean sweep and mean an unbeaten season of 39 games. Tomorrow they'll play here wearing an all-red jersey for the first time. They're forsaking their famous red and blue hoops to allow Glenurquhart to play in red and black. It's a sporting gesture, but with firepower like this, it's odds on the charity will stop in the dressing room.
Well, with me in the studio, former Glenurquhart player and vice chieftain now of the club, Dr. Peter English. Peter, is this great event, the first ever Camanachd final appearance by the Glen, a sign that the game's in good health at the moment?
Oh yes, I think the game's in very good health in the Glen. They've been in a lot of finals these last few years, under 12 level, under 15 level. The juvenile team are going very well, and the second team were in 2 finals last year. They haven't won them all, but they've done very well.
Now, let's talk about Kingussie just for a moment, because they've, although they're the kingpins just now, and I suppose everybody expects them to win, and indeed win comfortably tomorrow, they've been through the lean times as well. What do you think brought them back up to the top of the game? Yes,
you're quite right. They've been through the lean times. I mean, Kyles and Newtonmore were dominating for a long time, and Kingussie have done very well to come forward as the best team in Scotland. Well, I think they've planned very wisely. They've coached from the youngsters upwards, and they've done a lot of tactical planning, and extremely fit. I think Donny Grant and all his helpers have done a great job in Kingussie. Now, when you're talking about tactics, I mean, it doesn't strike me that Shinty really is a greatly tactical game. It doesn't suffer now from the over-tactical approach of football. Is it a case tomorrow, really, of the Glen having to go on and just play their own game, as it were? Yes, I think so. I think Kingussie will be planning tactically. I think that's one of their great strengths, and they're very attractive forward play. But I think the Glen will not be neglecting their tactics either. I don't know what they are, and if I knew, I wouldn't divulge them here. But they'll have lots of things up their sleeve. They've had a lot of hard games recently, and they're pretty fit, and the boys are ready to go.
What's important tomorrow for the Glen? To just keep the game calm and cool for the opening part of the game. They obviously don't want to fall behind early on, or people will get the idea, well, that's it all over with.
Well, I think if they just play sensibly from the start, and I think the occasion won't be too big for them. They're very used to the back park, and if they just play sensibly and keep cool, and there's 12 players in each team, and I think that's what they've got to remember.
It sounds as if it might be another chapter for your book, Peter, tomorrow. In a word, do you think the Glen can win it tomorrow?
I think they've got 12 very fit players, and they've got great pride in their club, and I think anything can happen, Bill.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me pay tribute to the hard work done by the Inverness District Parks Department, who have got this well-manicured surface in excellent condition for the final. And of course the players will appreciate playing on such a lush surface that will lend itself to good hitting. Well, the rules of the game, of course, the park's dimensions are 165 yards long and 80 yards broad. In a football sense, it's comparable to Hampden Park in that it's Hampden Park and another half Hampden Park added together. So it's a big park, and it calls for very fit men who have got to be powerful, strong in wind and limb, and of course accurate in the hitting. And we'll see all these assets coming to the fore today with two of the best teams in Scotland. The rules, of course, no kicking is allowed. The foot may be used. The goalkeeper is the only player allowed to handle the ball, and that's only within his 10-yard area. So it's all set then for the Camanachd Cup final, and it's a case now of it's time for Shinty.
Hello, agus Falcha. Welcome to this enormous pitch here at Bught Park in Inverness for the final of the Glenmorangie Camanachd Cup. Inverness is the administrative centre of the Highland area, and the recently opened Keswick Bridge now means that many more people take advantage of the town's commercial facilities and of its splendid Eden Court Theatre, which I suppose could be described as the Highlands' answer to the Sydney Opera House. Across the River Ness, on the opposite bank, stands the castle, which, as you can imagine, is a tremendous attraction for the tourists who visit this very historic area each year, and, of course, the statue of that great Jacobite heroine, Flora MacDonald. That statue commands a magnificent view across the town, but unfortunately that view doesn't include Bught Park, and it's here at Bught Park that the action is taking place this afternoon. So before that action starts, let me now hand you over to our commentator Ian Cameron, who is with the two managers.
Thank you, John. I have with me now the managers of both Glenurquhart and Kingussie. Don, this is the very big day in the history of the Glenurquhart club, yet the predictions are that Kingussie are very firm favourites. Has this affected the confidence in your team in the build-up to the game?
Not at all. I think it's made us very much more determined to go out there and give a good show of ourselves. We're obviously the underdogs, but we'll be out there and we'll do what we can to stop them scoring.
Have you picked out any particular players in the Kingussie team for close watching?
Now, Kingussie are a good, strong, all-round team. There are no stars in it. They're all stars. So, but we have also a fair number of stars who we find will try and make something of it and hopefully get a result at the end of the day.
Well, thank you. Johnny, this is for you the last stage in what you hope will be the unique Grand Slam of Shinty, winning the 4 major competitions in one season. Big win. Are you confident about the outcome of today's game?
Well, we're quietly confident. We've had a good run and the team are all playing well, a very settled team, so things are looking quite good for us at the moment.
Have you picked out any particular players in the Glenurquhart team that you should...
No, well, we know Glenurquhart very well, just as well as they know us, and we've played against them 2 or 3 times each season, so we know that they're a good all-round team, and if they can raise their performance in the day, well, who knows.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I know this is a difficult time for you when you're making the last few minutes preparation for the game, but best of luck to you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now back to you, John.
Thanks, Ian. Now, at all major shinty games, it's traditional for the teams to be led onto the field by a pipe band. And doing the honours this year is the Inverness Royal British Legion pipe band. So I'm going to take my seat now and, like yourselves, find out a little about the players who are on the field today.
And the Kingussie team are goalkeeper Ian Anderson, defenders Michael Thane, Dave Bothwick, Rory Fraser and Dave Thompson. Centre line Ali Dallas, Jimmy Gowan, Neil Reid. Forwards Dave Anderson, Kevin Thane, Stephen Bothwick and Angus McIsaac, and the captain is wing centre Neil Reid. I have with me now Col McDougall, who is Shinty correspondent of the Times. Col, I've picked out four players in the Kingussie team. First, Ali Dallas at wing centre.
Oh, the linchpin between the attack and the defence.
And his wing centre partner is Neil Reid, the captain, and also the only player in Shinty to wear glasses.
Yes, and you know, for 10 years his eyesight kept him out of the team, but now he's back and he's the captain and the workhorse.
And Dave Bothwick, very stylish defender.
Known as Mr. Versatile in Shinty.
And his brother, who plays in the forward line at wing forward.
Likes to put the ball wide and open up the game and make scoring opportunities.
Now, the referee for the match is Ian McPhee from Lochgilpin, refereeing his second Camanachd Cup final.
Yes, and of course he should have refereed it last year, but he had this unfortunate accident where he fell off a roof, and that for an insurance broker is a great embarrassment.
Well, let's hope he doesn't have any accidents during this match. Now, the Glenurquhart team is Billy McLeod in goals, defenders Ali McIntosh, Matt Sloggy, David Stewart and Stuart Morrison. The centre line, Graham Young, Kenny McLennan and Billy McLean. The forwards, Ian Ross, Colin McLean, Mike Cameron and Ron Fraser. And the captain is David Stewart at half-back. Now, from the Glenurquhart pool, I've picked out Billy McLeod as goalkeeper.
The veteran who really took them to the final with his outstanding performance in the semi against Open Camanachd.
Ali McIntosh will be another key defender at full-back.
He was in the semi-final and he will be again.
And Ron Fraser, the veteran forward, who in fact scored the goal that took them into the final.
Yes, and they'll look to him to do exactly the same, but probably getting more than one goal.
Now, one personality in the Glenurquhart pool, he's not actually in the 12 that will take the field, is George Stewart, I believe 49 years of age.
Yes, and 32 years a player in the side. I hope they bring him on at some point tomorrow so that he will get a medal. You know, he's never fallen foul of the referee in all those years. And of course, for him it's a special day. His son David is the captain of the team. But for the whole of Glenurquhart, it's a very special day. And earlier on, I spoke to the chairman of the club, Alan Bell.
Well, we have prepared carefully for this game tomorrow. We are giving it everything we've got. We will make it as competitive a game as people would wish, and come the end of the game, win or lose, we are going to celebrate in Glenurquhart as long as the Uisce Beatha lasts out.
Well, Col, it looks to me as if it's going to be very much Kingussie firm favourites going for the Grand Slam, the fourth major title this season against Glenurquhart, very much the underdogs.
Yes, but of course you'll remember that last month Wimbledon were the underdogs.
Well, I hope we have a good game. Here's to cheers.
Cheers.
Well, Glenurquhart won the toss and elected to shoot against the wind, playing from left to right. But immediately it's a free hit. Thompson stops. McLean. Crossfield by Cameron. Thane and Fraser go for it. Cleared up to Dallas. McLean was picked up for that illegal tackle on Dallas. And Thompson with the free hit. Long ball into the Glenurquhart defence. Going through, and Thane's onto it, he's got a chance, he shoots and it's just past the post. Excellent first opportunity there from Kevin Thane, very sharp first forward for Kingussie. An early let off for Glenurquhart. Yes. Billy McLeod, Glenurquhart goalkeeper, teeing up his first bye hit of the game. Not a good one. Gone out of play. Hit in to be taken by Ali Dallas. Stopped by Morrison. Only to Young. Morrison gets it downfield this time. Cameron and Thompson. Ball's out of play and the referee gives the hit in to Kingussie. Not a good one by Dallas, got straight out of play this time. 15 minutes gone, still no scoring. Very even game so far. Neither team have really had a scoring opportunity. Neil Reid. Harry McIntosh blocks it and clears, but it's only gone to Jimmy Gower. He doesn't hit it cleanly. Then recovers, gets it away. Ian Ross. Tackled by Fraser. It's Fraser against 3 Glenurquhart players, but he gets it upfield. Again, it's stopped by Morrison. This time he wins the free hit, and it's Mark Sloggy to take the hit. Long ball downfield, looking for Mike Cameron. Cameron gives it across to Fraser, and Fraser's got his shot in. Good shot by Ron Fraser. For a big man, he took that shot very swiftly. We'll maybe just be able to have a look at that. There's Ron Fraser. We can just have a quick look at that. The ball was it. The long ball downfield, missed by Thompson. Cameron gets it across the field. Fraser stopped it with his chest, made room for himself, and had a shot but went by. Back line now, it's Sloggy. Borthwick, Sloggy again. Not a good clearance. Completed by Morrison. Stuart Morrison at number 3 for Glenurquhart is playing a very good game of defence at the moment. Ali Dallas, stopped by Sloggy. Keeps it in well, clears upfield. It's McLennan. Gow ran through the tackle there, and referee McPhee gives the free hit again to Glenurquhart. Glenurquhart have won a lot of free hits in that area of the field. This time it's Sloggy downfield. He's looking for McLean. The wind catches the ball and drifts out of play. David Boswick. Again the strong breeze caught the ball and over the sideline. There's Billy McLean taking the ball back to where it crossed the sideline. He'll try and put it deep into the Kingussie defence. Stopped by McThane. Reid gets it clear. Anderson and Sloggy. Anderson gets around Sloggy, but he's just overran the ball slightly. McLennan, he tries to give it to Young. Scow. Rory Fraser, he can't quite get it clear. Reid makes a better job of it. It's picked up again by Thane. Thane's doing an excellent job of relieving the pressure of his defence. This time he knocks the ball out of play. Billy McLean. Reid. Anderson picks it up. Keeps good control. Still Anderson. Nice ball to McIsaac. McIsaac's pulled by field. Good block by McIntosh. Good defensive play by Alan McIntosh. The Glenurquhart support certainly appreciated that play, and it's Mike Cameron. Nice play by Cameron. Good control. Ball infield, stopped by Thane, and it's again, and it's a goal! It's a goal by Ron Fraser. Well, they're a turn up for the book. Excellent start by Glenurquhart. Good downfield ball. Cameron puts it in. It's missed by the Kingussie defence. Again, Fraser pulls it down. He's left the space and he blasts the ball past Anderson. Referee Anderson had no chance. So there we are. After 20 minutes play, it's Glenurquhart 1, Kingussie 0. Well, George, that was a very good start by Glenurquhart there with that good goal. I think fully deserved on play, would you say so?
Oh yes, yes. What's really surprising me, apart from Rory Fraser in the Kingussie defence, none of them played to form, particularly the full-back, Michael Thane.
Yes, it's Anderson for Kingussie. He had a chance, but he's missed it. It's back to Stephen Bostwick. He's going to try a shot, a great shot, but it's well over the top. Stephen Bostwick had a good opportunity to equalise immediately after Glenurquhart had taken the lead, but he just lofted the ball over the top. He'll be annoyed about that. Neil Reid again. Found Dallas, but again Dallas has been pushed in the back by Young. Jimmy Gow with the free hit. Puts it straight in the field, but McIntosh allows the ball to go out for a by hit, so yet again a free hit to Kingussie hasn't come to anything. George, Kingussie don't seem to be taking advantage of these free hits. They're getting around the goal area.
No, but to be fair, Ian, they're not getting a chance to settle. Glenurquhart really playing above themselves. This is the third time I've seen them this season, and this is by far and away their best performance so far. Doing credit to Shinty.
Well, here's Ali Dallas for Glenurquhart in the hook jerseys. Up downfield, finds Mike Cameron. He just can't keep the ball in field. Yes, Glenurquhart in their first Camanachd Cup final, still ahead by 1-0 after 25 minutes, and playing with increasing confidence as the game progresses. Neil Reid. Good ball downfield, picked up by Thane, out to McIsaac. Isaac trying to get round McIntosh. McIntosh sticks with him, and again he's able to block the crossfield ball. Neil Reid now already in the game. He's been very busy taking these hit-ins. This time it goes behind for a bye. Reid runs back to take up position for the bye hit. And here's McLeod with the bye hit. Very experienced player, Billy McLeod. To Neil Reid again. He finds Boston. Nicely played by Bostwick. Makes space and takes Morrison with him. He cuts it across, but McIntosh stops. McIntosh hesitates, and it's Stewart. It's a clear. Stuart Morrison again comes to the aid of the Glenurquhart defence and clears well downfield. Rory Fraser returns it. McLennan. He's lost it to Gow. Again it's Morrison. Just as far as Dallas this time. Dallas infield. Picked up by Sloggy. Puts it right. Billy McLennan. Billy McLennan tackled by Reid, but he gets it infield. Stopped by Fraser. Fraser to Anderson. Anderson has been very quiet so far in the game. He's fouled this time and quickly taken free hit by Gow. Looking for Dallas. The ball goes right across the field and it's out for a hit in. Good quick attack there. Quickly taken free hit. Caught the Glenurquhart defence. Not marking. Mark Sloggy with the hit for Glenurquhart, well back in his own defence. McLean picks it clear. Still McLean. Downfield to his namesake Colin McLean, but he makes a poor job of putting it inside, and Dave Borthwick knocks it well into the Kingussie forward line. Coming to Thane, and Anderson is in the 10-yard area, and the ball is well cleared by Mark Sloggy. Very good piece of defensive play by. Let's have a quick look at that clearance again. Very dangerous. Thane knocks it into Anderson. He comes inside the box. It's missed first time by Morrison, but second time he just gets it away in time. Freedom Young. Young's on the ground, but he still manages to get the ball to Billy McLean. Unfortunately for Glenurquhart, his shot is going to play, and it's Dave Borthwick. It's up by McLennan. McLennan to Colin Young. Colin McLean. Thane and Fraser. Thane's faster to the ball this time and clears. Colin McLean with the hit in for a dangerous position, but he didn't connect correctly. He's looking rather displeased with himself about that one. He was in a good attacking position, wanted to get it into the goal area. It's Ian Anderson again with the benefit of the stiff breeze, getting his own by hit. Again, tackled by Stewart. Gow follows up. Dangerous ball into the Stephen Borthwick, and he scores. Yes, yes, and it's one each. 30 minutes play, and Stephen Borthwick looking very pleased with himself there. Dangerous long ball in from Jimmy Gow. Missed by the Glenurquhart defence, but Stephen Borthwick running in just on the edge of the D, and he knocked it past McLeod just off the inside of the post, gives him no chance. So 30 minutes play, and it's Glenurquhart 1, Kingussie 1. Well, that should settle the nerves in the Kingussie team, and this is the dangerous time for Glenurquhart now. Kingussie like to strike very quickly after they've scored the first goal and put 2 or 3 in. It's Young clearing the ball upfield. Cameron. That was a good goal by Kingussie there, George. Bring them right back into contention.
Yes, excellent. Statistics, Ian, of course, will tell you that Kingussie in their last 2 major finals lost the first goal, came back and won. I don't know if they're going to do that again today, if winning is in their blood this afternoon or not.
Well, it's Glenurquhart on the attack again. Borthwick clears. Thane with Stewart, but Stewart wins it to Gow. Gow and McLennan. Gow's still with it. McLennan tackled back well, blocked by Gow. Going to Anderson. Dave Anderson. Good close control by Anderson, but he's bundled off the ball by Mark Sloggy. Dave Anderson doesn't look very pleased at Sloggy with that tackle. Gow with the 3 hit. Kingussie going now for a quick second goal. McIntosh blocks it, gets it out to McLennan. McLennan again. This time stopped by Borthwick. Ian Ross. Ian. Fraser upfield. McLennan. Nice control by McLennan. Ali Dallas, not a good shot. Stopped by Young. Long ball by Young. He's found Cameron again. And Thane has come off Fraser, but he's blocking Cameron. And well cleared upfield this time by Michael Thane. Good defensive play by Thane. Stuart Morrison. Graham Young with the clearance. Just out of touch, into touch. It's Dave Thompson. McLean, Young, McLennan, Northwick. Colin McLean loses his stick. Again, Kevin Payne lying in space to pick up the ball for Kingussie. Off he goes on another run, keeping control of the ball. He's followed by McLean, fouled again by McLean, quickly taken free hit. No, the referee decides that he's going to have a word with Billy McLean. Referee McPhee looks as if he might be booking Billy McLean of Glenurquhart for just trying to trip. He was trying to trip McLean as he ran in front of him with the ball, so that's the first booking of the game. Again by Glenurquhart, still with Glenurquhart. Colin McLean missed it first time, better chance second time, but it's gone behind Cameron. Thompson comes out and clears. Picked up by Ali McIntosh, he's robbed by Dave Anderson. Dave Anderson running again with the ball. Lost it to Sloggy. Good clearance by Sloggy. Very confident defensive play by Glenurquhart. Ian Ross, downfield by Thompson. Angus McIsaac. Oh, he's lost the ball to Stephen Borthwick. He's got Anderson and Thane with him. Again, it's McIntosh who steps in. Thane is trying to get into shooting position. He's going to Borthwick. Clear to Reid. Reid returns it. Good shot, well stopped by the goalkeeper. Good save by McLeod. Still Kingussie there, but the ball's gone out. So we'll have another look at that shot. It's Stephen Borthwick making space for himself. 18-yard. Ball comes out. Picked up by Reid. Takes it on to his right hand. A good shot in. But Billy McLeod go right behind it. Good stop by the goalkeeper. That'll give him confidence. Some goalkeepers prefer to use a heavy stick to give them good long hit, but yet a lighter stick to manoeuvre when they're playing in open play. It's McLeod. McLeod. Dallas back, but stopped by Stewart. Again Morrison helps him out. Held in well by McLean. Jimmy Gow, still with Gow. Stopped and cleared by McIntosh. As far as Young. That was an unfortunate strike there by Graham Young. Quite unintentional. Referee waves play on. Dave Thompson still there. Young. Ali Dallas is still on the ground. Infield, stopped by Fraser. Now Fraser's going to have a shot. Good shot, and it's in the net. His 40 feet is gone. This is a controversial incident. Knocked in field, stopped by Fraser. He drives it. Thane was unsighted. Anderson was unsighted. Well, that is a controversial moment, George. Whilst Ali Dallas is lying injured on the field, play was allowed to continue, and Glenurquhart
quite accidental, but when players were as close as they were, it was unfortunate that the Cameron stick he came in contact with Dallas, who had no chance of affording himself any protection.
Ron Fraser now scored 2 goals for Glenurquhart. Here we look at the incident again. Young comes out. He's got Dallas on one side and he turns on the other, and he just missed the ball and struck Dallas quite accidentally, but it seemed to strike him on the elbow, and it'll be an extremely painful injury.
Well, these are the stick carriers, and you'll see them down each side of the touchline, and they have 3 sticks there. You see, these are for the main positions. That's defence, wing centre, and forward. And you see each stick is shaped different position. The full-back, of course, will be the heavier stick with a wider base. The centre stick will be slightly more curved, and that will give the midfield player elevation. And the forward stick will be flatter, and that's to give him direction and accuracy. So these are the 3 sticks, and you'll see the stick carrier, of course, will be always in position. So as he has got it.
Right. Well, it looks as if Harley Dallas is in fact going off, but as yet he has not been replaced. Perhaps it's very close to half-time. They decide to give him treatment at half-time and bring him on again in the second half. So the game restarts again, and it's a reminder of the score. It's Glenurquhart 2, Kingussie 1. Actually played 45 minutes in the first half, but there'll be a little extra time for injuries now. Kingussie trying to come back into the game. Stephen Borthwick gets round Sloggy. Still Sloggy and Borthwick. Borthwick's looking for support, chips it across, looking for McKaiser, but it's well clear by Stuart Morrison. Come to Thane, he tries a drive, but goalkeeper McCoy just allows that to go out. Good opportunity there for Kevin Thane in the last remaining seconds of the first half. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, there is the score. After 45 minutes, it's Glenurquhart 2, Kingussie 1. And a scoreline that will really surprise the pundits who thought that Glenurquhart were going to come here and have very little chance against the much fancied holders Kingussie. But there we are, it's half-time, the score Glenurquhart 2, Kingussie 1.
Welcome back, and with the score at the beginning of the second half, Glenurquhart 2, Kingussie 1. I have with me now the Kingussie captain, Neil Reid. Neil, how do you feel about the way the first half's been going from Kingussie's point of view?
We haven't just played their full potential, I don't think. They fought a wee bit harder than us, of course, but after the second half, I love the top in the second half, but no, we're getting beaten this time, but we're trying to lift our game in the second half.
John Cumming, I think it would be fair to say that Glenurquhart started out in this final as very much the underdogs. Would you agree with that?
Yes, they certainly started the underdogs, but you know, we didn't think that way, everybody else did.
They've been putting in a marvellous game in the first half. Do you think they can sustain it in the second half?
Well, the boys have worked hard. I mean, I've just been in the dressing room and they're on a high and they're still fairly fit, and I think they'll last out, yes. It'll be hard, but we'll be there and we'll keep attacking everything.
This is Glenurquhart's first time in the Camanachd Cup
Yes,
final.
in our 103-year history, this is our first time there.
Well,
and at half-time we're a goal up, so...
You're a very happy man, and
we are
indeed.
so. We are indeed, and we're ready now for a second half, and we'll try and do our best and hold them.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, referee McPhee gets the second half underway, and the good news for Kingussie is that Ali Dallas has taken his position at wing centre. And it's Kingussie on the attack. The score, half-time, Kingussie 1, Glenurquhart 2. Dave Thompson trying to get it clear. There's Ali Dallas. Looks all right after his injury. The ball on field. Clear by Young. Found Ron Fraser. Fraser's tackled by Thane. Thane just gets the ball clear. Ron Fraser, scorer of 2 goals in the first half. It's David Stewart, captain of the Glenurquhart team. He must be wishing that the minutes would tick away quickly until full time and this scoreline remained. Rory Fraser, picked up by Stephen Borthwick. Good ball infield again. McLeod is forced to come out. This time he's lost it, and it's a goal by Kevin Thane. Oh well, that was an unfortunate mistake by goalkeeper McLeod. But it's Kingussie 2, Glenurquhart 2 after 10 minutes played in the first half. So there's the ball coming in by Stephen Borthwick. Long lob onto the goal area. McLeod comes out. He tries to stop it. He's run over the ball and left it for Kevin Thane to have a free hit. Dave Stewart on the goal line just couldn't stop it. So there's Kevin Thane, scorer of Kingussie's second goal, having scored now his 39th goal of the season. And it's Kevin Thane again. This time it's cleared by Dave Stewart. McLennan, long ball into the goals. Fraser and Thane, but Thane just allows the ball to go out, and it's a bye hit. Well, that goal was an unfortunate loss for Glenurquhart, but will give Kingussie lots of confidence now. Just 10 minutes gone in the second half. Ian Anderson with the bye hit. McLean just too strong. He was looking for Colin McLean on the side, but Colin McLean just couldn't catch that one. Neil Reid, Field, Ken Ali McIntosh, Thane, and it's through to Stephen Borthwick. He's all on his own now. Oh, and he's lost it to Stuart Morrison, but he still has a go. He's stopped. He's got a shot in. Well stopped by McLeod. Still there. McLeod knocked it past. Dave Anderson is protesting strongly, claiming that it was a penalty. But referee McPhee doesn't wish to consult his goal judge. Just come have another look at that as the ball comes in. Ball comes across. It's Stephen Borthwick trying to manoeuvre for a shot. Goes in. McLeod just stops it. Tries to knock it to the side. Misses it. Anderson's in there quickly. McLeod's on the ground, and McLeod just sweeps the ball past with his hand. Well, Anderson looks displeased with the decision by the referee. It certainly looked in the replay as if the ball was under McLeod's body, but he seemed to legally use his hand to sweep the ball past. Straight across now to Thane. Thane. Good shot by Thane, but just wide of the post. Well, with 15 minutes gone in the second half now, the rain beginning to come down in the Buck Park, but not causing too much problem for the players.
Well, this is just what we expected at this point. I suppose Kingussie would come out desperate to get back into the game, and did so quite easily. And were maybe a wee bit unlucky, I thought, not to get a penalty award, because I agree with Ian that there seemed to be illegal use of the hand.
It's just Kenny McLennan in fields, got by Dave Borthwick. It's gone to Colin McLean. He's lost it to Rory Fraser. Rory Fraser has been very sound at the heart of the Kingussie defence. It's cleared this time by Thompson. Crossfield ball misses out all the forwards. Well, as McLennan seemed to be putting his arm around Dallas's neck there, which is not strictly in conformance with the rules. No, it's Kevin Thane, tackled by Thompson. Anderson on it, unanswered score. Yes. With me, Kingussie, and the scorer is David Anderson. Kingussie 3, Glenurquhart 2. We'll have another look at that. It was a scramble in the goal area. The ball went across to Kevin Thane. He was pushed to the ground by David Stewart, but he managed to get the ball across, and Dave Anderson coming in, drives the ball past goalkeeper McLeod, and after 29 minutes of the second half, it's Kingussie 3, Glenurquhart 2. Well, Glenurquhart will feel disappointed at losing that goal, but it's Kevin Thane again for Kingussie. They'll be trying to really seal the game at this stage. He tries a long drive, but it's way over the top. Well, Dave Anderson has had a quiet game so far by his own standards, but he will be pleased with that goal. In fact, his 49th goal of the season. Rory Fraser. Missed by Morrison and Borthwick, but it's Gary Dallas. He gets round Morrison. Good play by Dallas. Finds Stephen Borthwick, and he's going to have a drive, and it's another wonderful goal. That really was a cracking goal. Well, there we are. Kingussie 4, Glenurquhart 2. Now, this is typical. There's Gary Dallas. Good work on the right. He knocks the ball across, finds Stephen Borthwick unmarked, and he just lined it up and blasted above me. Goalkeeper McLeod had no chance. Well, there we are. This is Stephen Borthwick is pleased with that shot. And this is typical of Kingussie. Long periods they seem to be out of the game, then come back with a vengeance, and 2 quick blows within a minute. There's David Stewart, who seems to have a nasty finger injury. He's moving into the forward line for the last few minutes, and it's Craig Cameron, who recently came on as a substitute, has gone back to full back to take up his position. So there's David Stewart looking rather unhappy, and it's back now with Billy McLeod taking the bye hit. So in this 1988 Glenmorangie Camanachd Cup final, with 2 minutes to go, it is Kingussie 4, Glenurquhart 2. Steve Borthwick in possession. Nice ball through to Anderson. Ali McIntosh is there again. Well, George, it's not easy to pick out a man of the match in this game. There have been 1 or 2 good performances on both sides. I would pick out particularly Stuart Morrison and Ali McIntosh for Glenurquhart, and perhaps Rory Fraser for Kingussie.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think Rory Fraser perhaps should get it, because right through the 90-minutes here, he's been the man who's sort of kept the Kingussie defence together. His hitting, his tackling have all been excellent, of a very high standard, and that's the kind of qualities you look for in the Man of the Match award.
Well, according to my watch, the 45 minutes are up, but referee McPhee will obviously add considerable time for stoppages in the second half. Ali Dallas, good play for Dallas, finds Gary Dallas, his cousin Gary Dallas, but it's stopped by Sloggy. Out to McLennan. McLennan with Gary Dallas. Gets the free hit. So it's Glenurquhart trying to reduce the deficit with time running out. Jimmy Gow for Kingussie. Looking for Anderson, but ball's back to Anderson. It's lost by McIntosh, and it's good save by McLeod. Bouncing ball came in there from Borthwick. He got his body behind it. Corner by Dave Anderson, just a short one. Picked up by Gary Dallas. Back to Anderson. Anderson will try a drive. Stopped by Morrison again. And this time the ball comes off the foot of Mark Sloggy, and it has gone by for a corner. So in these last few seconds, the pace of the game has dropped very considerably, which is not surprising considering the amount of effort being put in by the two sets of players in this very big playing area. Cleared again by Morrison. Neil Reid taking the hit in a few minutes. He'll be collecting his 4th major trophy of the season. What a wonderful season it's been for him. What a great character he is too. Good ball in field. Steen and Anderson getting on each other's road. Anderson's still there. He's going to try a shot. Gary Dallas unmarked. Plays it well outfield, but it's lost. It's upfield. Dave Stewart, the injured Glenurquhart captain, having a last go for Glenurquhart. Crowd are willing him to go, and Ron Fraser with Dane. Fraser's still there. Stewart's still there. Neil Reid picks it clear. He's not going to allow his team to lose any more goals. And he relieves the pressure with a long ball to Thane. Thomas McIntosh doesn't quite get it out. Comes again to Gary Dallas. He drives it in. It's not cleared. McLeod comes out. Good clearance by the goalkeeper. Cameron for Glenurquhart. Robbed by Rory Fraser. Fraser is unlucky with his clearance this time. It's just gone over the side. So we've already played 3 minutes of injury time. Referee McPhee is checking his watch. Stewart's lost it to Dave Bothwick. Dave Bothwick downfield. Thane and McIntosh. That's Cameron who's come back into the defence when David Stewart went up, and he makes a good clearance. But yes, Neil Reid is just hardly able to lift his legs there, feeling very tired. He's done a lot of hard work today, but he gets the ball into the goal area. It's come free, but it's knocked out by Stuart Morrison. Returned by Dave Bothwick. Stephen Bothwick. Tackled by McIntosh. McIntosh forces him away, but it's gone to Gary Dallas. Not a good shot. Stopped by Morrison. And there is the final whistle. Kingussie have once again won the Glenmorangie Camanachd Cup final, and there is Dave Anderson and Neil Reid showing their delight. Final score, Kingussie 4, Glenurquhart 2. So Kingussie have completed Shinty's Grand Slam, having won the Glenmorangie Camanachd Cup final for the 9th time. Well, David Stewart, captain of Glenurquhart, your team almost upset all the predictions. An extremely good performance. How do you feel now?
Very disappointed, but you know, it's the way it goes, I'm afraid. One team's got to win, one team's got to lose, you know.
At what point in the game do you think that you began to lose the chance of winning?
Well, I didn't think we'd ever lost our chance of winning, you know. We like to fight right to the end, but you know, when they went 4-2 up, you know, it was looking a wee bit lost then, but we kept going, but it didn't come off, so that's the way it goes. Was there a turning point when you yourself had to move from defence to attack because of the injury you took to your I don't think so. They never scored any goals or anything, so it wasn't long from the end anyway. So.
Well, I'm sure that everyone who saw the match and all Shinty supporters will feel that you should be very proud of your performance today. The club really did produce an excellent performance. Neil, you've made the Grand Slam.
We made it, aye.
It looked for some time there as if it was going to be very tight.
Well,
but, you won well in the end.
I won well in the end. I thought we would enough, but no disrespect to Glenurquhart. They gave us a good game. I mean, a lot of folk thought, well, we're going to just eat them, but no, they came out and gave us a good game, and fair play to them.
So there we are then, an exciting climax to yet another Camanachd Cup final and the 39th consecutive win, no less, for Kingussie. But For my money, I think I'd say that it was a creditable performance indeed from Glenurquhart. Wouldn't you agree, Ian?
Yes, I would agree. And Ali McIntosh, the fullback, won the Man of the Match award. Some consolation for the team, but they did put forward a very good performance. Everybody is proud of them, and I think that today Shinty was the winner.
Absolutely. I'd call it entertainment. I hope you at home would agree, and that you'll join us in 2 weeks' time from Bewley. Until then, from us all at Bught Park, Inverness, goodbye.